Hello, beautiful people of the world. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, February 1st. Oh my God. Hello, February. Hello, February. Yes. I just realized that today was February 1st. I just wanted to pop on here for a hot second to say hello to everybody and say happy Saturday and happy February 1st. And also to say that this boy right here, guys, guess what? He made the honor roll. I wish I had the piece of paper to show you all, but my baby made the honor roll. I am so proud of Christopher. Chris has been working so hard, you all, so hard. And I know I've told you all how they would always say he was on academic probation, and he was going to office hours and really trying to pull his GPA up. And this is a kid that has an IEP, because he does have a learning disability. But guess what? Through it all, he made the honor roll. Mm-hmm. Aren't you happy? Yeah. Listen to his voice. Yeah. But anyway, I'm getting ready to take him to his friend's house. I told you all about that earlier in the week. He's going to the studio, the music studio with his friend. He's going downtown. He's taking an Uber. He's going to take an Uber back. I'm a little nervous, just a little bit, but he huffing and puffing. But he'll be all right. But he got his phone and everything, so he got his phone charging now, and he'll be all right. So we just stopping at McDonald's to get a little bite to eat. And then I'm gonna take him I gotta go to Family Dollar, and then I'm gonna take him over his friend's house, and they're gonna go on and go downtown. And so yeah, so I'm extremely proud of him. As always, Christopher is the talk of the school, because he is such a good kid, such a mannerable kid. And what can I say? This is an awesome kid right here. He's just awesome all the way around. He's just a good kid, So I thank God for him, and I thank God for his dedication and his due diligence to do good, because he wants to do good. It's different when kids just be like, but he wants to do good. And I am so grateful to God to have a kid like he is, So I wanted to come on and tell you all about that. And then, as I said, I wanted to come on here and say, happy February 1st. Welcome February 1st. Can you all believe it? It's already the 1st of February. And then I know you guys heard about the plane that went down in New Jersey, another plane crash. This one was over by a mall, and it's just so sad. And I'm assuming that everybody, that, the way that looked, there was a child on the plane. Give me my wallet. See my wallet in there? Right here. See my wallet? Yeah, thank you. So there was a child on the plane, the mother of the child, two medical people, and I guess the guy flying the helicopter, and it went down. And so I know that there was no survivors. I'm assuming that there wasn't. So we've had two planes to crash in 1 week. I see, baby. Wednesday, and then on a Friday. And I'm just like, what is going on? So praying for those families. It's just a sad situation. Sad situation. But I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I told y'all the other day, yesterday, sometimes I just be like, what is going on? Hold on, y'all. How you doing? Good. So it's a sad sad situation. Thank you. It's just a sad, sad situation. Put that in my purse, please, and zip it back up. Thank you. Hello. How are you? You gotta move something. Thank you. Here, put those in there. Okay, thank you. So it's just every day, every week is something, you know? It is something. Day to day, you just don't know what's gonna happen. Just don't know. But all we can do is pray at this particular moment. It's just pray for everybody. It's just sad. Sad, sad, sad. You might as well go on and eat your fries.
I know.
So I heard about that the other day and I was like, man, like this is terrible. Come on, if you coming. I get stuck out here. That's why I'll never come this way.
Too much traffic.
I want to get stuck. Go ahead and get these pops. So I'm going to meet with my girlfriends this afternoon at 5:30 to kick it with them. So since I dropped Christopher off, I gotta make another stop. Gotta see if I can send this stuff back. The last day to send it back was today. Gotta send this stuff back through Amazon to Amazon. So we'll see. Remind me to get the cats some treats out of here. So,
look at that.
What?
Abandoned.
Oh, the building? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what that used to be. There's a lot of abandoned buildings in Chicago now.
No, only just in the black neighborhood, right?
Yeah, well, not all of them are in the black neighborhood, but a lot of them are in the black neighborhood.
What about the white neighborhood?
The white neighborhood, I don't think they have as many abandoned buildings.
Why? Because it's a white neighborhood.
I don't know. I think the resources
are better than us.
Yeah, I think the resources is different. Drop off. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Eating French fries. Man, he put some salt on these. So,
Like I said,
what?
when I went to the white neighborhood, in McDonald's was really good.
Oh no. Oh no.
Shame.
It is what it is. What are you doing? So yeah, y'all. It just makes you wonder what's really going on with all these plane crashes. I just don't understand. I don't get it. Something ain't right. Something just ain't right. Ooh. So we're getting ready to go in here and get this pop. I'll try to pick you all back up in a minute.
Pop for the party or something?
Yeah. I'm just gonna get, it's not that many of us that's coming, so I'm just gonna get 2 cases of pop. So yeah, y'all pray for everybody. I mean, we had the fires in California. That went on and on and on and on. And now we got the 2 plane crashes. I'm just like, what's really going on, you know? It's scary. I told my mother the other day, I said, I feel like the world is coming to an end. I do.
Me too.
You do?
Yeah. Kids killing each other.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying everybody is killing each
it's
other.
just weird. I mean, we in the next month, today is February 1st. And just in the month of January, we had so much going on. We had the fires.
A TikTok girl got killed.
A TikTok girl got killed?
I
Oh, the
told
one
you
you
that
told me?
yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. It's like, and then you got Trump just constantly doing shit. I'm so sick of him. I don't know how I'm gonna do 4 years with this motherfucker. I don't know. It's just bad. But I don't know, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling discouraged, hold on. Hold on. I just believe in my heart that God gotta change this. Now he's talking about he wanna get rid of Black History Month. How you gonna get rid of Black History Month? He wanna get rid of Juneteenth. He wanna roll that back. I'm like, I can't do that. That's a law. I'm just sick of him. I'm sick of him. Just put it down in the bag until we come back. Here. I'm telling you, I'm stressed already. And I just don't believe this man gonna last on 4 years.
I hope he don't. I hope he don't.
Something gotta happen. You know what? Something. Take your phone off there. I don't want to leave your phone in here.
Yeah.
All right, you all. I'll pick you all up back. Pick you back up in a minute, okay? All right. So I just dropped Christopher off at his friend's house, and y'all know me. I said, where your grandma at? Because he lives with his grandmother. His mother died when he was a little boy. She was killed in a car crash. And so his grandmother is really nice. His grandmother is the same age as me. Yeah, same age as me. But I said, where your grandmother at? So he was like, you want to talk to my grandmother? Yeah. But your grandmama on the phone. She was at work. I said, because I just need to make sure that this is okay with her. You know, Chris being over there and them doing what they doing. He called her. She was at work. And I meant to call her earlier in the week, and I just forgot and got busy or whatever. But he and this little boy, well, they not little boys. They the same age. Cause he just had a birthday. I think he turned 7. He turned 17 January 24th on my grandmother's birthday, and my mother bought him a silver chain with his name on it. So his grandmother know that, you know, we are, you know, really, you know, that we really like him, this young man. He's a good kid. And he and Chris met at the University of Chicago school. That's how they met. And they remained friends when Chris transferred back to this school. So Chris had kept telling him, he's like, man, tell your grandmother to transfer you over here. So she did, because he wanted to be with Chris. So they are like this. They are tight. They talk every day. They at the same school. They don't have any classes together, but you know, they're at the same school. So, you know, they really close, and I hope that they remain close friends. I really do, because Chris doesn't have a lot of friends. I don't let Chris hang with a lot of different boys. I don't. You know, there's different young men that he has asked me, could he go and hang out with, and I was like, no, because I didn't feel comfortable with them, and I knew that they wasn't, you know, on the same level as him, and I'm like, no, you can't go hang with them, you know. And Chris is very honest. That's one thing I can say about him. He is very honest. He will tell me, like, there's this one kid that he is friends with. He's still friends with him, but they're not as close. And he told me, he said, Mama, he said, I gotta tell you, he said, he in a gang. I said, oh. And so he had invited Chris somewhere. I said, no, you know you can't go, right? And he said, I know. I said, you know why, right? He said, yeah, I know why. I said, you ain't gonna be hanging with him here in no gang. No. No. So he's very honest about the kids, and because I have raised him a certain type of way, Chris don't like ghetto. He don't like being with you know, with kids. Oh, excuse me. He don't like to be with kids that you know, that he know, you know. So he's really good about that. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. I'm just dropping everything. Well, I thank God that he don't want to hang with the rough crowd, you know? So they going down in this music studio, and Chris is really excited. He really want to hang with him today. So I told him, okay. But it is hard to let them go. It is, especially when you in a city like mine, that it is so inundated with so much crime. And I am very, very selective about who I let him hang with, you know, where I let him go, you know. You know, you just have to be so careful, you know. You just have to be so mindful of what they doing and who they doing it with, because there's so much going on. And I know I can't protect him from everything, right? I know that. So before y'all get on here and say, y'all, you need to let him go, I know. But I'm trying not to baby him. No. I really am. But it's hard. But I wanted to make sure that everything was cool. So I asked his grandma, I said, you good with this? You good with them? Or you know? She said, yeah, he's gone before. And she said, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I said, okay, as long as you're good with it, and as long as you okay with Chris being at your house, you know, because I wanted to ask her for permission if it was okay for him to be, you know, at her house. I'll be right back, y'all. Somebody calling me. I'll be right back. All right, you guys. I am back. That's my girlfriend calling me, who I'm supposed to be getting together with later. A group of us. So, anywho. So, yeah. So, I'm, you know, I'm real particular about who I allow Christopher to hang with, is what I was saying. Ugly ass. Like a fucking bear. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very, 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 very particular about who I allow him to hang out with, and I'm just very particular. You know, I'm just very particular. So she said that it was cool, so I'm glad to hear that. So yeah, I just left the UPS store. I had to return two returns to return back to Amazon. Christopher I had ordered him a sweatshirt for Christmas, and he put the wrong size in. It was for a little boy. And then I had some snow pants, and I sent that back. So yeah, I made it just in time, because he said they closed at 3, and if I hadn't sent it back today, February 1st, today was the last day that I could send it back to get my return. So yeah, so I wanted to take that stuff back, because that armor, the sweatshirt, armor, whatever, it was $35 for that sweatshirt, and for those pants, I think they were $30. And I want my, you know, if I want to get something else on Amazon, I want my money back, you know. I guess I don't know if they refund you the money back to your account, or if they give you store credit, if they can just put the money towards your account. As much as I shop off of Amazon, the money towards my account would be good. So yeah. Now I'm headed to Mama's house before I hook up with my friends. I don't even know if my mother is at home. She told me she was going to the store, and somewhere else she told me she was going. I said, okay, well, I'll see if you're home. She might be there, she might not be there. I don't know. We'll see. But I am that mama, honey, that I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to find out where you are, because I believe in safety first. I don't care if you're mad at me. I don't care if you think I'm overbearing. I don't care if you think that I'm, you know, being whatever. You know what I'm saying? I gotta ask questions, and I want to talk to an adult, because kids lie, they scheme, and everything else. And I ain't saying that mine is any different than anybody else's, or his friend is, you know, he a good kid too. But you know, even good kids do bullshit. I was a good kid and I did my bullshit. So I know. You know, I know. There was something I wanted to do, to sneak and do. I did it. So I remember one time I used to always want to go to this park called The Point here in Chicago. My mother and them never would let us go. They said they would be up there smoking weed and kissing and all of that. And honey, my mama would never let me go. Well, baby, I went and I'm up here telling my sister about it the next day. And my mom was coming down the steps and heard me. She said, oh, you went to The Point, huh? Oh, you went? I was like, she said, oh, so you went over to Patrice's house. That was my best girlfriend. You went over to Patrice's house. Patrice was a little more, much more faster than me. I have to admit that. She was like, oh, so you went to Patrice's house. And I said, and she said, and you told me you was just going over there to hang, because I would go over there all the time. I would go over there and spend the night. We would do all kinds of stuff. And but my parents were a lot stricter than Patrice's parents were. Patrice's parents let her do a lot more than mine did, you know. And my mama said, oh, so you went. Did you have a good time? And it wasn't nothing that I thought it was. I'm telling you, it was nothing that I thought it was. I thought it was going to be this, that, and the other, and it wasn't. She didn't beat my ass, but I was on punishment. I was on punishment for a long time. She said, well, I hope you enjoyed yourself. She said, I really do. She said, because that's going to be the last time you see outside for a long time. And sister girl did not lie none. Diane was like, oh, you thought you was slicker than me. Bitch, you ain't slicker than me. You ain't slicker than me. And hunty, when I tell you, she lied none about me being in the house. She lied none. And it was in the summertime too. I said, Mama, I'll do whatever. I'll wash the dishes out. She said, you do that anyway. She said, you wash dishes to clean up around here anyway. She said, but you gonna be in. And I was. And finally, she showed me mercy. Finally. And said, you're gonna go back outside. She said, but don't you ever think you slicker than me. Oh, she here. Don't you ever think that you can pull one over on me. She said, you ain't slicker than me, bitch. You ain't slicker than me. She didn't call me a bitch. I'm just, you know. She might as well had, because I felt like a bitch. Because I was in the house. And I'm going to tell you something about me. I would rather take the ass whooping than have to stay in. My mama knew. She knew me staying in, that was going to kill me. I said, just whoop me. Just whoop me. I didn't like whoopings, but baby, to know that I couldn't come outside, to know I could not come outside, shit, girl, whoop my ass, whoop me. And baby, let me tell you something, Diane wasn't no punk when it came to no ass whooping, okay? She wasn't no punk. My mama tried to tear the skin off of your ass. She would light you up. Do you hear me? She would light you up. My mama would light you up. But as badly as she would light me up, to know I could not come outside, ha! Baby, I'd rather take that ass whooping than to know that I can't come outside. Can't come outside, and it's summertime. Girl, my mama knew. I was straighten up and fly right when I thought I couldn't come outside. And I'm the same way. I love to be outside. In the summer, I love the summer. Love the summer. That's why I hate being a winter baby. Because you can't plan nothing. Because you don't know what Chicago weather gonna do. Chicago weather is so unpredictable. You just don't know. You don't know. Like next week, it's supposed to snow. I'm hoping that it'd be okay for my party, but I don't know. And so I had to put that disclaimer in there for everybody. Like, hey, if it's real cold and it's snowing, I'm canceling it. I told everybody that. So they would know. So nobody would be coming to my house thinking that, you know what I'm saying? So I would have rather taken an ass whooping any day than to not be able to come outside. So yes, I'm one of those parents, and I know the shit that I did growing up. I knew how many times I snuck and did my little dirt. So you can be, I was a good kid. I did not give my mother and father no trouble, no problems. But I did my dirt because they were strict as hell. They wouldn't let me do shit. So I had to do what I had to do in order to have some fun. But I got a lot of ass beatings because I didn't do what they told me to do because I snuck and did shit. And I don't want Christopher to have to sneak, you know, to do stuff like I snuck. So I'm trying not to be as strict as these two were. They were so damn strict. I was like, damn. But in the midst of them being very, very strict, I had a lot of freedom to do a lot of things because crime was not like it is now. You know, we didn't have all of this that we got now, you know. Like I said, I walked to school. I called the bus to school, to and fro from high school. Walked to school, to grammar school, walked back, you know, in the winter, in the summer, you know, when it was almost summer. Went to summer school, caught the bus to summer school over there on 95th. I went to summer school, all girls summer school. I got a job. I always kept a job. Always. I've been working since I was 14 years old. I always kept a job, you know. So, I've always worked, always had a job. My mother and father, you know, a lot of stuff that I bought with my own money. And my mother bought me a lot of stuff too. But I had a job. I've always liked having my own money. Always. Once I understood what money was and what money could do for me and what money could give me and get me. One summer I was so bored. I walked all the way up where my grammar school was and went to the daycare center and said, hi, my name is Sherelle, and I was 13 or 14. Walked up there by myself. I said, hi, my name is Sherelle. I said, do you guys need anybody to help you all, anybody to volunteer to help you all here in the daycare center? And the lady said, yeah, maybe. And she said, the owner will be back this afternoon. And I'm thinking to myself, shit, I gotta walk all the way back home and come back. But guess what? Came all the way back. She told me what time the owner was gonna be there. I came all the way back here to this house right here and walked back up there. And the owner was there. I said, hi, I'm the young lady who came here earlier. Same lady answered the door. I said, you told me to come back at, let's just say 3. And you said the owner would be here. She said, oh yeah, come on in. Her name was Mrs. Feeney. Very light-skinned lady. Looked like she was a white lady. Had this curly afro, curly hair. And she brought him. She said, Miss Freeney, this is a young lady that came earlier looking for wants to know if she can volunteer. And so she said, what's your name? So I said, my name is Sherelle. She said, okay, how old are you? I said, 14. And she said, have you ever worked with little kids? I said, no. I said, but I've babysat a lot, little kids. And she said, okay. When she told me about the daycare, she said, well, I tell you what, come back. Now, mind you, I ain't said nothing to them. I ain't even asked them if I could do it. So she said, well, can you come back tomorrow? I said, yeah. She said, well, come back tomorrow at noon. I said, okay. And she said, you can work from noon to 6. I said, okay. I was so excited. So I come back here and I tell them, And I'll never forget, my daddy said, so you just went and got a job and you didn't even ask us if you could work? I said, well, it's not really a job. I'm just going to be going up there. I said, maybe like 2 days a week and just volunteering. I said, I'm bored. I had read 100 books one summer. Because my mother and father wouldn't let you do shit in the summertime while they was at work. You had to be here cleaning up and shit. So I couldn't do nothing. So I was bored. So I told my father, I said, it's just going to be for a couple of days a week. And I said, and that's, I'm just going to walk up there and volunteer. He said, okay. He said, you sure you want to do that? He said, you're going to be working with little kids? I said, yeah, I just want to get out and do something. So I went back the next day. It was like on a Wednesday or a Thursday. She asked me, could I come back the next day? So I came back the next day. Don't you know that now this is the same area that I got sexually assaulted at, where I told y'all that the man had me in the restaurant and he was trying to rape me. Okay, so I got this job after, because when that happened to me, was I working at this daycare center? It was Allison's Daycare Center. It's not called that now. Anyway, I wonder where is Miss Freeney at. Anyway, because she was like in her 40s. She was young. She might have been younger than that. But I don't know if that happened to me after or before. I don't know. But anyway, it had to have happened after, because they were okay with me walking up there. It was kind of like in the same timeline, because I remember walking home from work and I saw him. And I came home and told them. And then after that, my mother started picking me up. So it had to be around the same time frame. But anyway, do you all know that for me going up there asking to volunteer, I never was looking for money. I did such a good job that she started paying me $60 a week. That $60 felt like $600. It wasn't a lot of money, but $60 for a 14-year-old every week, that's pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? So I had my little job and everything. I was all excited and stuff. My mother was like, look at you, got you a job. I was like, And so it got to the point. So when school got ready to return, I was getting ready to go in my sophomore year. My mother was like, well, you're going to have to let that go because you're going back to school. So I was like, can I just go up there and maybe work 2 days a week, And so she was like, okay. So I told Miss Freeney, I said, I'm back in school now. And school has, back in school. I said, I'm not going to be able to work every day. She said, I understand. So I think I worked like 3 days a week. She kept giving me the $60. Then she increased it to 70 or 80. But man, I worked there for 2 years. I worked there the first summer. I worked there the second summer. And all the way, all the way into my my junior year. And then my grandparents were murdered. And I couldn't get back. I couldn't get back on track. I couldn't get back. I just couldn't get back on track. And so I became very, very ill. I had contracted mononucleosis, and I was very, very sick for a long time. I missed a whole month out of high school. A month. And I just couldn't get back. I couldn't get back to myself. And I remember I would come home and I would just be exhausted. I had no energy. I just would tell my mother, what is wrong with you? Why are you so tired? And then I started to swell. And then I had this bad sore throat. And she took me to the doctor. And they was running all these tests, and they said, she's got mono. So, of course, mononucleosis is supposed to be a kissing disease. I was like, who have you been kissing? And so the doctor said, no, it's like mononucleosis is transmitted through saliva. So she could have got it from another kid at school. You know, just, you know how kids be talking and everything. And, you know, back then we weren't wearing no masks, you know. And I was sick. I was really sick. And then my cousin ended up getting it. He was really sick, but he was sick with his. He was vomiting, and I mean, he was sick. I didn't have that symptom of it. I just had a really bad sore throat, the tiredness, and the puffiness. I was just so puffy. My eyes was puffy, you know. So, I ended up not going back to Allison's daycare center. I ended up having to quit because I couldn't. I remember the day that my grandparents were murdered was on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday night, we had went to choir rehearsal up there at the church. And I remember the next day, Miss Boone, who is still living, who I still talk to, she was one of my high school teachers. We were going on a field trip. And I had to call her at home. First, I called the school and told them what happened. Then I had to call her and tell her that I wasn't coming to school because my grandparents had been killed. And she just was silent on the phone. I never forget. She was like, what? And I said, yeah. And then, you know, it had hit the news. And then they realized that the school, and they knew that that was about my grandparents. And I remember going back after being out of school for like 2 weeks. I remember going back to school, and the principal called me in the office and said, you know, whatever you need. They didn't suggest that I don't know why they didn't have I remember going to talk to somebody, like a school counselor or something like that. But he was like, whatever you need. He had asked my teachers, he said, hey, you know, all the classes that I had, he was telling the teachers, you know, this is something that has happened to her. You know, they knew, everybody knew. He had told them. So everybody was being real gentle with me, you know, real gentle. And right after that, like in the month of May, right before school let out, I was gone the whole month of May. Like the ending of April, like maybe the last 2 weeks of April, all the way through May, I was sick. I was sick. And never didn't go back to school to June. And because of what had happened to me, I don't even remember having to make up no work or nothing. I think they just let me slide. They knew I was sick. I was highly contagious, you know, with this mono. So my sister couldn't stay in the room with me, and it was a mess. But I remember that. And you know, some things you just don't forget. So yeah, you know, just being a teenager and being a kid and all the stuff that you go through with being a kid and being a teenager. And so I do understand, you know, where my you know, that my son wants to get out more, and I'm trying to be a little more understanding. That's what I should say. Trying. So we'll see. But I'll let y'all know how it went with him and what his experience was. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or if I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the Shein video, but I don't know. I wanted to show you all. I might film it tonight, and I may not post it maybe until tomorrow or the next day. Some stuff that I picked up. Okay, y'all, have a great Saturday. I'm getting ready to go in here and talk to my mama, and then I'm gonna head on out to meet with my girlfriends, and hopefully Chris will be on his way back, and I'll find out what I gotta do. I think he said that he's coming. I don't know what he said. I think he said he's coming back home. I don't know. And you know, I'm just thinking about it. I forgot to put the alarm on. So let me get off here and do that. Okay. All right. See y'all later. Okay. Bye.